Cause you gotta do it the right way. What it do, y'all? It's your boy E2 Blue coming back at you again. No, I've been away for a little bit. I had to take a little hiatus. Had to get away. Cause YouTube is stressful. And I'm gonna tell you right now, life is crazy right now. We may be going back into a shutdown because again, with this coronavirus, numbers are spiking again, and a lot of people are not taking this thing seriously. So, some people refuse to wear masks. But that's on them. If you want to die, then go ahead and die. But I wouldn't suggest it. Me personally, I'm trying to stay vigilant. Like I said, I got a older grandmother that I'm at home with, and I just want to make sure that, because she can't get it. Because if she get it, she won't survive it. And you gotta be mindful. Just because you may be asymptomatic, or you may be a strong person like me, you got to understand that you got to live for other people, because other people are not as healthy as you are. So those of you that are not, it sucks for them. And you got to make sure, you got to look at their life. Like, I just lost one of my cousins this weekend on Saturday, and she's not here anymore. Now, the importance of taking care of yourself. I tell people all the time, you got to take care of yourself. You have got to do that. That is hella important, highly important. But yeah, I had my son this weekend, spend time with him. So, I just need that time away. So I hope you guys understand that. Now, back to football. Now, guess what? The Dallas Cowboys won this weekend. Yay! No, that's because they didn't play. But the fact that they didn't play is a good thing, because when you don't play, you can't lose. So with that being said, look around the league, you look at how trash our division is. Even with the Cowboys being 2-7, if they get on a win streak and start winning some games, they can still go to the playoffs. And, the Eagles played the Giants. The Giants beat the Eagles. And I look at the Eagles and I'm like, they're really not that good. And, this whole division is just garbage. Now, I'm going to tell you this. Had Dak Prescott been healthy, or if we had played, just imagine if we played Garrett Gilbert against, how Garrett Gilbert played against the Pittsburgh Steelers. If we had him playing against the Eagles, understand that we would have won that Eagles game easily, by the way that he played in the quarterback. And I'm gonna tell you this: when you look at Garrett Gilbert, right, and this is the thing that pisses me off with this team, right, because I said this in the last video that I did before my live stream on Thursday. I basically was talking about how the Joneses come out and say the day after the game, knowing it was a bye week, and you didn't have to say anything. You just come out and just declare, oh, Andy Dalton's the starter when he comes back from COVID. And I'm just like, okay, I understand you may feel that way because when you look monetarily, because you're paying him to be the backup, the direct backup. But Garrett Gilbert, I think, deserves a chance to start because he played well in that game. He scored a touchdown. He got closer than any quarterback did to a win than when you had your starting quarterback. So you look at that situation, you're like, okay, ride the hot hand. You see the players rally around Garrett Gilbert. I did not see them rally around Andy Dalton at all. You look at that, and it's just like, remember when Andy Dalton got hit by Bostic? And, he hit his head on the ground? And Amari Cooper and all them, they're just standing around looking like, damn, that sucks. I know that shit hurt. And nobody came to the dude's defense. So when I look at that, I just say, that's the ultimate disrespect. So, I walked away and I said, hey, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, that's crazy. That's some crazy mess. And now you look at that whole situation, right? And and it pisses me off because why would you just go and just declare Andy Dalton like that? You didn't have to say nothing. And you basically put your coach, Mike McCarthy, backed up into a wall. You made him seem like okay, this is the way we have to go. What if Mike McCarthy didn't want to go in that direction? What if Mike McCarthy says, you know what, I want to start Garrett Gilbert this week because he deserves the opportunity because he played so well against the Steelers that they almost beat an undefeated team. Now, you look at when the Steelers played this weekend, and I'm like, damn, like we played them so much harder than that other team did, than the Bengals did. So I look at it like this. I feel like this team has a renewed spirit. I think that they're rallying again. They got rid of some of the dead weight like Don Terry Poe and Darryl Worley and, I hate to say it, Everson Griffin, even though I really I'm a real fan of Everson Griffin. I always have been. But I saw him play with the Lions, and he had a couple of pressures and stuff, and he almost had a sack in the game. But Everson Griffin's a good defensive end, but he just didn't believe in Mike Nolan. I don't blame him, but, it's just, I guess the team just was like, look, we can't have you being against what we're doing right now because we're trying to get this defense together, not break it apart. Now, I'm pretty sure that they're going to re-sign Aldon Smith. I really like what he's doing out there and things of that nature. But I look at this team as a whole and I say, I know some of you guys out there were talking about, oh, well, we should tank and get Isaiah Fields, or we should get Tank Lawrence. And I'm just like, not Tank Lawrence, get Lawrence. And I'm just like, that's stupid. That's stupid. That's dumb. That's dumb as hell. I'm going to save that for another video when I talk about the quarterbacks. But I'm going to look at it like this. I'm just going to say this. Right now, you need to see what you got with the guys on the team right now. You need to see what these backups can do. I like what I saw with Donovan Wilson. You need to get Bradley and Nye some more playing time. Neville Gallimore came in there and was showing something. And I'm going to tell you right now, I like what Neville Gallimore's doing. Keep playing him. He's playing tough. Even Tyrone Crawford looks like he was coming back to form from his hip injury. Getting that kick blocked and almost getting two of them. So, this defense is coming together. They're helping out Tank Lawrence, and they're doing the things that they need to do. Randy Gregory's out there playing like a monster. So, look, those of you that think that you need to tank, I don't think so. Because I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm going to give you this philosophy. Because the New York Giants did it when the last time they won a Super Bowl. They ended the season 9-7. And I know that we only got 2 more losses before we get to 7. I'm sorry, we're already at 7 losses, so you can't lose anymore. I'm sorry, we're 2-7. Sorry, so you can't lose any more games. So if we go on a winning streak and get 9-7, but I think this division it could be 6-10. The way this division is going, you could probably win it with 6-10. Win the rest of your division games, I think you got it. But I know a lot of people are like, well, E2, why would we go to the playoffs right now? Because we're just going to lose. You never know. It's any given Sunday. Because you know what happens when you get to that point? Look at the New York Giants. They were 9-7 that year. They got in on a wild card. They had to win their wild card. They had to win the divisional round. They had to get to the NFC title game. And then to the Super Bowl. You look at those 5-6 games that they had to do in the playoffs to get that streak. It's like you're starting over again in the playoffs. You're starting new. And if you do the right things and everybody plays together, you don't know what you could do in the playoffs. You could beat a team that's more than you. We almost beat the Steelers with our 4th-string quarterback. So, with that being said, it's any given Sunday in football. Just make it to the playoffs. If you make it to the playoffs, you never know what you can do. You never count yourself out. As a fan, you should never say, fuck it, I want my team to tank. No, you should never have that mindset. It's negativity. Put some positivity in your mind, body, and soul, and want your team to win. You should always want your team to win. Win, lose, or draw, you need to be a fan. You need to support. Because us fans, this is what helps. You gotta support. And when players know that the fans got their back, they're gonna play that much harder. Period. And I look at it like this. You get to the playoffs, you win a wild card. You never know what you can do once you get there. Because again, you can get some guys healthy coming back. You never know. Things just may work out in your favor. This is a COVID year. Anything is possible. Anything is possible right now. You got the Steelers going 8-0. I think the first time in their franchise they were starting the season off 8-0. First time. So you look at that situation and you just got to be like, you know what? If they can do that, then sky's the limit for whatever else. You never know. You never know. You got to give yourself that opportunity to do it, though. Because if you count yourself out, you already failed. You're not a failure unless you quit. Understand that. You are not a failure unless you quit. Period. Hear me when I say that. Now, I'm always going to root for this team, and I think that, they have the potential to do some things. I know that, at the beginning of the season, they dropped off tremendously. But, it's COVID. No offseason, no preseason. Stuff happens. You look at other teams, too. A lot of teams ain't doing well. The Patriots ain't doing great. A lot of these teams that are doing well, like the Chiefs and the Steelers, you look at them, they and even the Ravens. But the Ravens are starting to lose games now. So they started really good, and now they're starting to trend downward. So it's any given Sunday. I'm looking at the Ravens now. I'm like, shit, we might have an opportunity to beat them, even as good as they are. As crazy as that might sound, but the way this team is playing with heart right now, all you need is just that little bit of to get you there. You minimize your mistakes and you go out there and do what you need to do to win. That's it. And that's all I got to say for right now. Sorry, guys, I haven't done a video in a couple of days, but like I said, I just needed a little break. I just had to get away for a little bit, get my mind right. But here I am. It's your boy E2 Blue. Always keeping it real. Talk to y'all soon.